Hello, good afternoon, friends. Today we are going to start World Geography. So, first question is who should take this class? First of all, if you are a college going student, you have geography in one of your courses. Second, if you're preparing for SSC, Railways, HTAT, or HSSC, in those exams, any competitive exam, if you are preparing for, then this class is going to be very helpful to you. And how and why? First of all, because geography is a very important component. There are many questions asked from geography and people fail to answer them because they have not read geography like the way I'm going to teach you. Second, you will understand current affairs better. There is a question about current affairs and there is a place in news, then you should know about the exact location of the place, because if you do know about the location of the place, it will be very easy for you. You will not have to do rote learning anymore. You will not have to resort to ratification. You will actually know where those things are, where those places are, and then it will help you understand any kind of current affairs. There is a war between Azerbaijan and Armenia. Now, a lot of people don't even know where these places are, where are these countries. Okay, you may have heard about Lake Superior, the lake that is one of the largest lake of fresh water. That's the only thing that you know. But when you will see them in the maps and the way I will teach you, this is my guarantee, you will understand every word of them and you will understand where that place is. Thousand things. You will be able to point anywhere in this map on the globe and you will be able to tell what kind of weather there is, what kind of time there is, what kind of date system these countries follow, what kind of grasslands are there, what kind of animals are there. You'll be able to tell everything. That is my guarantee. And it helps in other subjects too, other related subjects, like in history, if there is something they are talking about, some kind of historical events. So when you know about that place exactly in geographical maps, you will be able to understand it much more better. So it's going to be very helpful. I will give you an example how actually it will help you. So you see this is the world map. Now you may have learned this Lake Superior thing. This Lake Superior, it is one of the, this is the largest lake of fresh water. Now where is it exactly? Here, when you see in the map, this is where the Lake Superior is. The first learner who has only read it in the book, he knows only one thing. His knowledge is limited. He only knows that Lake Superior is the biggest lake of fresh water. That's all he knows. But what you will know from the map, now take very important note here. Focus what you will learn. You will learn first thing that this is in North America. You can see this, the continent. Second, you will learn that this lake is situated between Canada and United States. You can see this. You do not have to rote learn this. You can see right in front of you. This is United States, this is Canada, and here is Lake Superior, and it is between, this is on the border of both of them. So next thing that you will notice here is that do you notice the straight border of United States and Canada? This border is so straight. It's not like this kind of border that we are very used to. These are straight line borders. Why? This shows us two things. First of all, the population is low. There is not high population. If there was high population, there you will see these maps of Asia. Okay, second thing, this also shows that the people are educated here. They're not fighting. Simply, there are no disputes. They have decided, okay, you will live here, we will live here. Simple as that. Another thing, if there is a question, Ayers rocks have given this status of, the climbing has been prohibited on Ayers rocks. Now, what do you know about Ayers rock? The first thing that should come into your mind when you hear Lake Superior is this map. And the first thing that will come into your mind, Ayers Rock, should be this map, Australia. Here somewhere is the Ayers Rock. And you do not have to rote learn this. Why? Because you will understand one thing. Because I will keep telling you simple details, historical details of a place as well. So in history, Australia was basically a black people land. The aboriginals, the inhabitants of Australia, were black in their skin color, and then the white settlers came and they killed most of these people. But later on, with the development and human evolution, people understood that these black peoples, these aboriginals, they have their own customs, their religion, their traditions, and that is important as well. So the Ayers Rock, that is situated somewhere here in Australia, is taken as a religious symbol for these aboriginal people. They kind of worship it. Like, I think worshipping a tree or a rock or some kind of river is not new for us Indians. We do that all the time. So now the government has acknowledged this fact and the government has prohibited climbing on that rock. When you have heard so much about it, is there still a need to rote learn it? You still need to read it twice, thrice, like 4 times. Okay, IRS rock is here, IRS rock is here. No, you do not have to do that. You can see simply Australia. You can understand the reason behind it. Now you do not have to go any beyond than that. Next question that I will show you. Okay, first thing I would want you to know that the situation is not that bad. If I say Africa, you are going somewhere here. If I say Australia, you're not looking here. And if I say South America, it's not like you are here. No. I think you do understand that this is North America and this is South America and this is Europe here and this is Asia, all of it, and this is Africa and this is Australia, and these islands are not considered part of any continent, but for the sake of terms we use it as Oceania. Okay, Oceania simply. So okay, I think you understand. When I say Antarctica, you're looking here. It's not like when I say Antarctica, you're looking in Jammu and Kashmir. It shouldn't be like that. I think situation is not that bad. So one more example of the importance of this course is, you may have heard and you may have learned that the volcano named Cotopaxi is in Ecuador, right here in Ecuador, here. So there are like thousands of volcanoes. The Ring of Fire, Pacific. There are thousands of volcanoes. How many are you going to remember? Basically 10, 15. That's it. And plus your knowledge will be very limited if you just remember them by reading again and again. But in the map, what you will learn, your knowledge will increase. You will be one step ahead. What? First of all, you can see this line, equator, the line that divides Earth into equal halves. This line passes through which country? Ecuador. Equator passes through which country? Ecuador. First thing. Second, let's assume the examiner this time, instead of asking the name of the country where the Cotopaxi is situated, what if this time he asks you this question, that tell the name of the volcano that is situated near the equator, near the line of equator, or near 0 degree line. The equator is 0 degree line. So what if the question is framed like this? All of that hard work of rotening everything, trying to do the ratification, trying to study over and over and over, all that hard work will amount to zero, even though you know the name, but still you will not be able to answer. But if you have done this from the maps, you will see that okay, this is the equator, and well, we can make some kind of connection between equator and equator. So yes, you will see that they're only talking about Cotopaxi volcano, because this is where the equator passes from. Another thing, assume that the question is this time framed in a different way. What if instead of asking you the 0 degree channel or about the country name, what if he asks you which of the volcano is situated in very close to Pacific Ocean? Would you know? Or you would only know if you have done it from the maps. You understand the importance? Next day there is some news about Venezuela. You may have heard about a lot about Venezuela. Their economy is completely down. Hyperinflation, everything costs so much about them. You can see Venezuela. Whenever you read a news about Venezuela, your mind will picture this image and you will know, okay, this is the place they're talking about. And you understand this by doing this, by picturizing this thing, you will actually understand things better and faster. Okay. I think that's enough evidence for you. Today we are going to study South America, and this is South America. Okay, these are the countries, and there are a lot of geographical factors. This country, a lot of countries. These countries you may not even have heard about. I am going to assume that you have not even heard about these countries before. I mean, let's take everyone at equal level first. After this class, and maybe the next class in which we will do physical features, you will be able to name every country. You will be able to name their physical features. You'll be able to name various kind of things that are found in that country. Okay, so understand before understanding which kind of features are found there, which kind of volcanoes or grasslands or economical practices are found there, or other kind of wildlife is found there. Before going into that, you first need to understand which country is where. Okay, this is very important. Before understanding the physical map, you need to understand the political map. So today we are first going to complete the political map, and tomorrow or maybe in the next class, we will do the physical features. So first we are going to learn about the political features of South America. First country that you are going to learn about, you may not even have heard about this country ever in your life. It is this small country. In the map, you keep looking at this map. Once you look here, then you look here. It will be easier for you to understand, and then I will ask you a few questions too. So look here, this is the smallest country, and this is the first name you're going to learn about South America, and this country is called French Guiana. Okay, French Guiana. Why French? Because France owns this country. It's their territory. So first country that you're going to learn is French Guiana. This small little country. This is French Guiana. Why it is important? Because France has its satellite launching site here. It launches its satellites from this place. Understand this? That is a GK question right there for you. So this, the first country that you learned is Guyana. Now leave this and see this. This is, does this sound familiar? Guyana. This was French Guiana and this was Guyana. Seems like two brothers. So what you have to remember, that these two brothers are not together. There is someone between them. And what is the name of that person who is between them? That name is Suriname. Understand, three countries right there. First is French Guiana. The brother Guyana is here. They're not sharing borders because there is another country between them, and the name of that country is Suriname. No one is going to ask you exact you're going to give the example. They're not going to ask you spell. Do tell me the spelling of Suriname. No. You should have basic idea. You should understand that French Guiana and Guyana do not share borders, and there is Suriname between them. Three countries completed. Fourth country is Venezuela. Venezuela is that country you may have heard in multiple news, because they, first of all, largest oil reserves. Okay, this is also a big GK knowledge for you right here. Whenever we talk about oil reserves or oil countries or petroleum, crude oil, where does your mind go? It goes somewhere in Saudi Arabia or Iraq or Iran, those countries. But today you are going to learn this. The largest oil reserves are where? They are not in Arab countries. They're not in Asia. This country, Venezuela, it holds the largest oil reserves. Now the next question will be, when they have so much oil while they are so much poor. It's not only about having oil, it's about having that technology as well to get that oil. They do not have that technology. Plus, America has put a lot of sanctions on them, so practically not many countries buy petrol from Venezuela. So that's why they are going quite low, hyperinflation. Like if you go to purchase an apple, that apple is going to cost you 1 lakh rupees, or maybe you will have to have a full bag of suitcase of money and then you will get that one apple. That is the level of hyperinflation. That how much costly things have become in Venezuela. So with those details, I think you can understand this country. What is this country? Venezuela. Now, when I was giving you this example of Ecuador, multiple times I talked about Ecuador. I told you that this line of equator passes through it. I don't think there is much more remain to talk about Ecuador. You will understand Ecuador. You will recognize Ecuador. Okay, and which country comes between them? Venezuela and Ecuador. Now there is another information for you. This is the first country in your life. This country shares its borders not only with this, but with this as well. What do I mean by this and this? I'll show you what I mean. In this country, Colombia, it shares its border with, first of all, this Caribbean Sea, or you can call it what? Atlantic Ocean. And it also, here you can see North Atlantic Ocean, and also it shares its borders with the Pacific Ocean. So this is a country, first country in your life. There will be more countries as well, but this is where you should be able to understand or remember this, that Colombia is the first country that you have learned in your life that shares its borders with two seas. First is this North Atlantic Ocean, and second is Pacific Ocean. Understand? Now let's go back and revise. Tell me this first country, remember this name? Whenever you are, try to write them down. Write them down right now on your page, or on your page, or if you do not have a page, start writing in the comments. First of all, write French Guiana. Remember this country. Which was this country first that you read in your life? French Guiana. Why? Because France owns it. Then we understand that there is its brother Guyana, and we also saw that there is no border sharing between them because there is a country between them. And what is the name of that country? The name of that country is Suriname. Then we learned about this country that has highest oil reserves but still very poor. What is that? Venezuela. Learned about Ecuador. It has Cotopaxi, equator passes through it. And this, remember which country is this that shares its borders with two seas, two oceans, Atlantic Oceans, and which ocean is here? Pacific Ocean. You are also learning that in South America is surrounded by two oceans. You have learned two oceans as well in your life, that here is the Atlantic Ocean and here is what? Here is Pacific Ocean. Okay, I think you are familiar with this. We have done 6 countries already. Now the next country is Peru. You will simply have to remember it like this. Peru. This is the country that is called Peru. You may have heard about that river Amazon, biggest river, largest river, many times. Okay, we will go into that. But that river starts from here, Peru, and then it goes through Brazil. So yes, Peru is important country. The next country that you are going to face is this country. It's so unique that first time in your life you're going to learn about a country that is landlocked. What do you mean by landlocked? What if there is a question that which country in South America is landlocked? By landlocked, it means that from this country you cannot go to the ocean directly. Peru you can go, Ecuador you can go, Colombia you can go, Brazil you can go, French Guiana you can go. Look at this country, Bolivia. It is landlocked. You cannot go directly to the ocean. You will have to go through Chile, or you will have to go through Peru. You cannot go on your own to the ocean. As simple as that. So remember, the first landlocked country that you learned in your life is Brazil. Brazil. Another important thing that we are going to learn now is Paraguay. So remember when we talked about French Guiana and its brother Guyana, and there was a country between them? The same logic will lie here. There are two brothers again here, and they do not share border. One is Paraguay and the second brother is Uruguay. See, similar names, the two brothers. Uruguay is here and Paraguay is here, and they do not share their borders. Why do they not share their borders? There is a reason. Because there is this big largest country between them, and that is Brazil. Its capital is Brasilia. I think Brazil is something that you will not fail to recognize, because this is the biggest country here. This is the largest landmass. This is Brazil. Okay. Paraguay and its brother Uruguay, and in between you have Brazil. Now 2 countries are only remaining here and they are easy to understand. When you see this shape, this is probably one of the something that you wouldn't have seen much shapes like this of a country. This is so much in its length and there is not much width here. It's like a long country. See, so this long country is Chile. Something new. It's a long country, and this long country is Chile. And Chile shares its borders with Argentina, one of the southest countries in the world. This is Argentina. To remember this, how are you going to remember this? Simply write in your copy Bolivia. Okay, write Bolivia, and now you are going to understand how do we remember these things. When you write Bolivia like this, start writing this. What do you see on the top of Bolivia? Make this sign and write Brazil, because it shares its border with Brazil. On this end, which country do you see? It's Paraguay. On this end, which country do you see? It's Argentina. On this hand, which country do you see? It's Chile. And on this hand, which country do you see? Peru. So by remembering one landlocked country, because we said it's a landlocked country, it does not go directly to the ocean. So that means it is landlocked by multiple countries. So when you remember Bolivia, this is Bolivia. You can also remember this Paraguay, this Brazil, this Peru, this Chile, this Argentina. I know you will be facing some problems, but trust me, keep doing it and you will be able to, these will be on the tip of your fingers. How? Again, revise. Now, first of all, come back to it. Which country is this? French Guiana. Why? Because France owns it. And what is here? That satellite launch station of France is here. Two brothers. His brother's name, Guyana. And who is the name of the person? Name of the country that is between them? Suriname. Largest oil reserve but yet poor, Venezuela. Colombia, that shares borders with, what we read here? North Atlantic. And what we read here? What do we read here? Pacific. Then Ecuador. Equator passes through it. Equator, Ecuador. Simple. Then we read about Peru. Okay. And the most important country that you read here is Bolivia. This is the first landlocked country. And from which country? How many countries it is landlocked? Brazil here. Peru on this direction. In the south, Chile and Argentina and Paraguay on this direction. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 countries. In between is Bolivia. So when you remember this Bolivia, you will yourself remember this is Peru, and this long country is, which is this? Chile. In this direction, Argentina. Brazil. We learned one more thing. There is one brother named Paraguay and his brother is Uruguay. Remember this. These two brothers do not live together. They do not share border. Who is in between them? Brazil. Understand that? So how are you going to do these? You are going to check your progress right here. Whenever I ask you a question, you're gonna have to answer. You can answer them in comments, you can answer them on your page, but you will understand a lot of things. So these will be like polls. Okay, so you will have to answer me according to the polls that I'm giving you. Okay, this is E. Remember, this is E. Okay, and this is A, and this is B, and okay, we'll remember this is D. Okay, and this is A. Okay, this is B, and this is E, and this is this country, this is C, and Argentina is D. So answer me the first question. Where in this you see Brazil? You have 10 seconds, answer them. Write them in the comment if you have to. Where is the first country? Where is the country Brazil? Okay, those who wrote A, they're right. In the live classes will be much better, you know, then I will be able to check your answers and then directly answer your questions as well. Okay, let's just revise them one more time. Tell me, where is Ecuador? Which country is Ecuador? Write it. Should be on the tip of your fingers now. Where is the country that is very long? What is the name of that long country? What is the name of this country? What is C? Okay. Tell me which country is A. This is Paraguay. No, it is not Paraguay. It is Uruguay. I told you this is Paraguay and this is Uruguay. Now, tell me about Suriname. Where is Suriname? This, the name that comes between what? This one and this one. Here. French Guiana, Suriname. Brazil, I asked you about Uruguay, I asked you about Chile, I asked you about Ecuador. And this, the first question, Brazil. So in the next lesson, or in the next class, what we will do is that first we will make sure that we revise them. Okay, they will be like 5 minutes of revision. First I'll ask you a question, prepare for them, and then we will do it one more time for 5 more minutes, and then we will jump into the physical features, the rivers, okay, the basins, the plateaus, the grasslands, those kind of features, the mountains, the volcanoes, we will learn them. So today I hope you learned a few countries. At least I'm pretty sure that you have no problem in these countries. Remember, you write Bolivia and you mark its side, you will be able to understand all of these. So revise them and we will revise it again in the next class. Till then, take care. See you in the next class. I'm gonna end the class here. Thank you.